Hey there, Pisces. Welcome to your reading for, this is your July bonus reading, actually, and we're just going to jump right in here and see what's going on for you. You have this card that says, manifest your miracle. There you go. And you also have this card that says, spill the tea. So, I feel like this has nothing to do with spilling the tea here, Pisces. I feel like this has more to do with, like, speaking your truth here, or kind of like living your truth. I'm pretty sure that your July reading in general said something about like needing to make sure that you don't do things that you hate. Like if you have a job that you hate, like start looking for another one. If you have a business that you hate, I feel like it's time to start looking for another one. So, I kind of feel this is more talking about, doing things that you love to do. Pisces, I would say that, a major part of your energy at this time, and like really for like a long time to come, is to make sure that you're doing things that you love to do. And it's just that simple, and that's what I would do here. So there you go. You have the Judgment card, the King of Pentacles, and the Ace of Wands. I do feel like a lot of you could be kind of like manifesting miracles, just like that card up there says. The Ace of Wands is, the card of like a spark of inspiration. So I always encourage people to kind of follow their inspirations with the Ace of Wands. It's like the Ace of Wands can represent passion, desire, all those things. And by the way, there could be a passionate connection coming in for you here if you're looking for love. But what I would also say is that the Ace of Wands is kind of like something, it's like something that you just desire to do. It's a very creative energy as well. I'm pretty sure I said something in like your last reading that you need to like tap into your creative energy, or you need to use your creative energies to create something new. It's pretty interesting. You have the Judgment and the Tower as well. Whenever I have a reading where Judgment and the Tower come up in the reading, to me, that is the most powerful combination of the tarot. It is like a major wake-up call, a major revelation. It looks like there's something coming from a death as well. That last row is going to be the good stuff, so it's going to be good no matter what. But you also have this Void card. I don't know if you saw me pause and read it for a second because I wanted to see what that says. It says, stop, embrace winter, great cosmic womb. So, again, for some of you, it's like you're being reborn, but I feel like this is like a creative new beginning, and you could be coming out of darkness as well. We see that here and here. So you could be stepping into a time of light, which is great. And again, these people have been in coffins, and they're rising up out of their coffins. I always say outside the coffin represents their new life. Inside the coffin represents their old life. So a lot of you could be kind of like being reborn here. You have the King of Pentacles, and I do feel that, it's impossible for you to not focus on your money. It's always funny to me when I hear like readers and stuff say like Pisces doesn't care about money, which I don't know. I don't think that's true at all. Whenever I hear anyone say that, it always cracks me up. To me, it's like every single year, the Forbes list, I look at it every single year, right? And I look at the astrology of every single person that's on it, and it always flips back and forth between Libra and Pisces, the list of millionaires and billionaires in the world. It's always dominated by Libra or Pisces, depending on the year. And so, and if it's not, if by the way, if Libra is number one, Pisces is number two. If Pisces is number one, Libra is number two. So, again, I think that's silly to say that like maybe Pisces doesn't care about money in a worldly sense, but I definitely feel like Pisces cares about money. So, I don't care what anyone says. And, this definitely could be like abundance, or you focusing on creating more abundance. There could be abundance coming in through your crazy ideas, which I always tell you, follow your crazy ideas if you're a Pisces, because, that's where it's going to be at for you. This is also a card of like out with the old, in with the new. So there is definitely some sort of, death type of transition going on here. Again, and even you have this other card that says share your voice. I'll show you in a minute, but it's like a lady, she's like sitting in a cave, and she's kind of looking out into the world. It's like she's about to come out of a cave. I really get that feeling here, where if you've been in a period of darkness, you've done like a bunch of internal work, maybe over the past several months. You've done a bunch of, internal stuff, and now I feel like you're stepping into the light. So let's see where this first row is going here. With the Judgment card, you have the Knight of Wands. I would be careful of like a player coming back from the past, like someone who had you in a third party or whatever. Obviously, Seven of Swords, Tower. This person was probably just a liar. I feel like they told a lot of lies. I feel like this has come up for you before. So, again, I would be careful if you have a person who is just like inconsistent, a liar, I feel like they were inconsistent in general. And so I would be very careful of that. It's like I have a weird message popping into my head here as well, Pisces. If this is like a person that you dealt with, I feel like this person like acted like they didn't know you like when they left is what I'm getting. Like I feel you were that's what maybe put you in this dark place. You know what I mean? So, they almost treated you like a stranger. So I feel like now it's time for you to treat them like a stranger because that's what they wanted, right? There you go. With the King of Pentacles, you have the Knight of Pentacles. Definitely time to get moving here on something financial. I really see big financial changes coming in for you, especially once we get into like August, September, October, November, the end of this year, I would say there's nothing wrong with this month, July, for you financially. I just feel intuitively, and I'm pretty sure I said this to you in your beginning of the year readings, the 2023, whatever freaking year we're in, right? That, I kind of really felt like once we got to that second half of the year, but especially like into August, I really feel that's where you could see your money improving, but I do feel like you need to like get moving. Literally, are you kidding? With the Ace of Wands, you have the Death card. I literally said this is like a death reading, right? Or I said something like that. So, there is definitely, this is a period of you coming to a light. I feel like you're seeing your truth, like I said at the beginning of the reading as well. I don't think that spill the tea card is like saying, oh, spill the tea. I think it's saying that you're living your truth. That's immediately what popped into my head. It's like your own tea, or I don't even know. I don't think you drink tea. Maybe you drink coffee like me, or whatever, or gasoline, something like that, right? But what I would say is, I feel like this is saying that you're changing. I feel like you're no longer putting yourself second. I feel like you're putting yourself first. And this is like a good thing. Even the Ace of Wands is like number one. So, there you go. Next in the area, what you need to hear right now, you have this card that says, the waters of creativity. What did I say at the beginning of the reading? You need to be creative, and sensuality flow with my hara, whatever the hell that means. You have this card, I follow the cycles of my body. Yes, I feel like you need to listen to yourself. If you need extra rest, take extra rest. If you need, if you feel like you need more energy and you need to exercise, go exercise, something like that. So I feel like it is time. I also feel it is time for you to be very creative. I think your creative ideas could be very successful. You have the Queen of Cups, the Eight of Cups, and the Five of Cups. Again, every single reading, Queen of Cups is about following your heart. So I feel like your heart is guiding you towards like bigger and better things in your life. And I really feel you need to kind of like trust that with the Queen of Cups. She has that big cup, and I always say it really looks like a trophy. It doesn't even look like a cup. So, I feel like you need to like, trust what your heart is telling you to do. She like really values what her feelings are telling her to do, and she doesn't listen to anything else. So I really feel it is time for you to listen to your feelings. You have the Eight of Cups here. Yeah. Again, if someone's trying to come back here, Pisces, with a Judgment card to the Eight of Cups, it's like maybe they thought the grass was greener on the other side. I feel like you are not looking at this at all. I feel like you see this as a tower that needed to collapse, and you're just not willing to rebuild it, period. So, I feel like you are done. I feel like you see the truth in the situation, and you're just walking away. There could be a person who has regrets here if it wants to switch. Did it? Yeah, finally. So, again, but I feel like that there's something better coming in for you. Again, he's grateful for what he has. That's the solution of the Five of Cups, to be grateful for these two cups. Then he gets this bridge and this castle here. This is spilt wine, and the whole point of the Five of Cups is that he no longer, he's lost his taste for wine. So it's like he's grieving the loss of something that he doesn't even want any longer. So, I feel for a lot of you, and, I feel like this was a very sneaky, tricky person, just going this way. I feel like they had a lot of lies. Some of you could have learned the truth about this person as well. I know I've said this to you before, Pisces, so, I don't know, this could be like a person that realizes what they lost, and I don't know, too bad, so sad, right? It's like, whatever. I feel like this person did the most, as the kids say, so it's like, like I said, I just see you moving on to bigger and better things. I feel like you realize that your life is better, without this person as well, so, take it how it resonates. Could be a fire sign or earth sign. With the Queen of Cups, you have the Nine of Pentacles, a lot of abundance coming in for you. That would be my major focus. I am giving you permission to focus on money. So, like if I were you, I would be, I think most of you are, I think a lot of you probably are focused on kind of like creating a certain sense of security or abundance in your life. I also feel, here's the thing about the Nine of Pentacles. You don't have to focus on money. She is the card of focus. She normally has that falcon on her hand, and she's just focused on good things. Like she cares about her environment. There's normally a snail on the card, and the snail wears its home on its back. So it represents your environment. And so she cares that she surrounds herself with a positive environment that is fulfilling, right? She represents gratitude and luxuries, but she makes sure to focus on things that bring that into her life. People, places, things, experiences, whatever. So I kind of feel like that's your focus this month, is like you are focusing on things that make you feel like that. And you could be walking away from things with the 8 of Cups that don't. 7 of Pentacles. Is the juice worth the squeeze? I feel like you put a lot of work into this, Pisces, if it was a person, like a typical Pisces. I think Pisces, always pretty much overgives in relationships, which is probably a bad thing. So not a good thing, Pisces. And, I feel like if you really look at this, you're going to see that this person didn't do anything. It's like they really just didn't invest in the connection. And I really just see you moving towards something. It's going to be interesting to see what comes up here, because I feel like you could be finding a person who also overgives. So it's like if 2 people overgive to each other, then you're not ever, giving too much, right? With the 5 of Cups, you have the 3 of Pentacles. See, we already see a lot of teamwork here. It could represent a third party going this way right here, especially with that Knight of Wands, very inconsistent. But 3 of Pentacles is like teamwork. 3 of Cups is your community, but it could represent help from people around you. So, you could be getting a lot of help from, number one, I'm a huge fan of teamwork right now. I always say teamwork makes a dream work. Anything you can do to build a team, work on a team, like any of that stuff is going to be very beneficial, right now. So, I love that, but also in love, really good. Also in work, 3 of Pentacles says you could be getting recognized for your work. Next, in the area of the unexpected, you have this pillar of light. It says, you are raising your vibration. You are the oracle. Well, duh, you're a Pisces, right? You have this, share your voice, come out of the cave. That's basically what I said. Persecution, expression. Yes, I feel like you need to express yourself and not be afraid to be wrong. I always say, to me, it's very obvious. Pluto going into Aquarius, end of the year, really the beginning of next year, whatever, it doesn't matter. What I would say is that, the biggest fear that we will have to face, Pisces, is the fear of being wrong. The fear of, getting on YouTube and saying something and people being like, you're an idiot, right? That's like the biggest fear that we have. So, you need to express yourself and not care what other people think. It doesn't have to be on YouTube. You could be telling your family like, oh, I want to go save the polar bears. And they might be like, you're an idiot. You're going to freeze to death in the Arctic, right? So, your job is to be like, okay, I'm an idiot. I'm going to go do it anyway because it's what my heart tells me to do. And then guess what? When you save the polar bears and you become a billionaire, then you can, basically, laugh at them from your castle or whatever the hell you do, right? So that is the time that we're in, Pisces. It's your time to, go build your Piscean, castle, probably with real mermaids or some shit and, all this other stuff so that, the people who made fun of you can be like, look at me. Look at me standing on top of my castle, with my real mermaids and all this other stuff, right? There you go. You have the Lovers, the 4 of Cups. I don't know where I was going with that. 3 of Cups. Again, I feel like there's true love coming in for you if you want it. There's something divinely guided coming in for you. Funny enough, it could be a Gemini. So, I don't think you've ever had Gemini. It could also be a Scorpio. It could be like a Scorpio, Gemini with Scorpio or something like that in their chart. Take it how it resonates. Doesn't matter. It could be any sign. But I feel like it's a new path. I feel like it's divinely guided. You don't see it yet, There are these clouds between these 2 people. This is their higher self angel. And so it's like, I don't know. It's like, I kind of feel like there could be something obvious that comes in for you where it's like a person that they're clearly interested in you. You're clearly interested in them. But it's like, are you both pretending that you're not? Is the question I would ask. I don't know. We'll find out in just a minute. You have the 4 of Cups here. Yeah, I feel like love has been a disappointment for you, Pisces, for a while. But, again, like I said at the beginning of the year, I feel that this second half is very, very good for you for love. So if you want it, I do feel like it exists. As I always say with the 4 of Cups, to me, it's my card of baking a cake. It says you have the flour, the sugar, the eggs, everything in front of you that you need to, create something amazing. But you just have to mix everything together. I really see you in this time of where it's like all your skills in life are adding up to a point. It's like everything that you've learned for a very long period of time. It's kind of like, I don't have any good examples, but, before I started YouTube, I was doing videos for my other business. I was always on video, always talking on video and all this other stuff. Like, it really prepared me for YouTube. And so, it's like, that's what I'm saying. It's like, I feel like you've been doing something that has prepared you for something else. And it's like, you're about to step into whatever that is, right? You have the 3 of Cups. 3 of Cups is like a major celebration. I do feel like there is a celebration coming in for you and happiness. I would also encourage you to socialize more. I feel like you need to get out of the house and all this other stuff. It's Friday night. I hate going out on Friday nights, especially where I live right now. But I'm going out. So, it's like I've really been forcing myself to have fun, do things that, that are fun, spend time with friends, stuff like that, right? And so, I would definitely encourage you to do that with the 3 of Cups. But let's see. With the with the Lovers, you have the Page of Wands. Could be a fire sign coming in for you as well. I feel like it's someone who's very adventurous. I feel like this is just a good person as well. It's like, I feel like they don't put too much pressure on you and all this other stuff, but I also feel like they kind of like snail, right? I mean, my totem animal is a snail, for sure. So what I would say here is I feel like this person breaks you out of your snail shell. It like gets you to like actually get out and do things, but it's like not too much pressure. I feel like this could be a really good person coming in for you. With the Four of Cups, you have the Two of Swords here. Yeah, I feel like you need to see that not every situation is exactly the same. Again, if you've, had multiple if you've dated difficult people, like multiple in a row, you could be thinking like, oh, everybody is the same. But the Two of Swords, there's like a third place, something else behind her on a traditional Two of Swords. So I feel like you need to realize that not everyone is the same, that there are good people in the world, no matter what someone has done to you in the past. With the Three of Cups, you have the Two of Pentacles. I feel like someone greatly, by the way, if it gives you any peace, I feel like a past person greatly overcomplicated their life by, leaving you. So, or doing, involving a third party or whatever they did here. It's like I feel like they made their life harder. So, if that gives you any peace, then there you go. I also feel like you are juggling, but I feel like, again, this came up in the first week of July. I can't remember what that is, the week of the 3rd or whatever. Everyone was getting the Two of Pentacles, and I really feel that it is a time where we need to like work hard, play hard. We need to make sure we're balancing the energies. I think if we're just working right now, the universe is like, nope. The universe will make you sick, will make you something to make you stop and take a break. So avoid that. Just go out on Friday nights, even if you don't want to, right? Next, because guess what? You'll always have fun. I'm a typical Pisces, right? I never want to go out. I always go out. I always have a great time. And, but so there you go. Next at the end with the good stuff, you have this card that says, Breath of the Cosmos, my will to thy will. I hate these cards. Micromanaging the universe. It's just like a tongue twister for me. I was born with a fat tongue as well. I can't read this stuff. You have this card that says, the void, stop, embrace winter, great cosmic womb. You are coming out of the darkness. I feel like the universe has kind of like taking you into the darkness. It's almost like you were maybe sucked up into a black hole and now you're being pushed out into a new world here is what I feel. So maybe that's how you have felt, like cold, like there's no light or, whatever. And now you're coming out of it. And there's like, by the way, on this card here, there's like a cosmic womb with a snake right there. I'm sure that imagery represents something a little bit more adult on this deck. I have a feeling I got a bunch of new tarot decks, a bunch of new these oracle cards, and I didn't really, I think this one is meant to be like this. I'm not sure. I don't even know the name of it, but there you go. But anyway, where I was going with this is that, again, that's like a cosmic womb right there. And, there you go. Next, you have the 7 of Swords, the Tower, and the 6 of Pentacles. 7 of Swords, lying, cheating, stealing. So again, you could have definitely been dealing with a liar, but for the most part, I feel like this is encouraging fun. He's got these polka dots on his cloak, and polka dots in the tarot represent taking things too seriously, needing to have more fun. Again, this is coming up in the good stuff, so, it's going to be good no matter what. You could definitely be getting the truth in a situation. That was a Tower moment, but again, I feel like it might be, it's coming up in the good stuff because you're getting the truth. It could also say that this Tower moment, if you had one in the past, was meant to set you free. So I kind of feel like you're being set free. A lot of you could feel like you're rebuilding at this time, or again, it could just say that you are rebuilding. Like I always say, to me, this right here, Judgment, Tower, is the most powerful combination in the tarot. Represents some sort of major aha moment. So I would be, and especially with the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is like the spark of inspiration. It's like that sudden insight, that sudden realization that, you're supposed to create something or do something in your life or, whatever, take action on something, right? So pay attention to those moments and do it. They're probably like divinely guided moments. You have the 6 of Pentacles here. And so again, I feel like you're looking for more balanced situations just in general, not just love. I feel, pretty much everything. Let's see. With the 7 of Swords, you have the Star. Yes. I feel like if you're working towards something, this is true for everyone. So guess what? You can avoid, crashing into a big wall by listening to me. Okay. What I would say here is if you have a big goal, wish, or dream, don't try to attack it head on, right? I would come up with multiple ways to do it, whatever it is. Like if you want to start a business, It's like what are the ways that you could accomplish it without going straight at it? Again, the Seven of Swords is a card of tactics, and it says, can you do something tactically? Can you do something? Can you follow a different plan than what most people do? The hard part about this as well is, again, the way that you're going to do something is not how someone else is going to do something. So make sure that you're not like trying to follow in someone's footsteps too much, because again, things might not happen exactly how they did for someone else. With the Tower, you have the Fool. Yes, it is time for you to take a leap of faith. There could be like a big light bulb moment here. Again, this whole entire reading, there's a bunch of kind of light bulb moment cards. Even on the Death card, traditionally, there are the two pillars on the moon in the background, and the sun is coming up. You have with the Ace of Wands, which is like a spark of inspiration. You have the sun right behind the Lovers, the star, which can represent inspiration, the lightning bolt to the top of the tower. You know what I mean? So it's like putting it all together. I feel like you need to take action. With the Six of Pentacles, you have the Devil. I would definitely be careful of like a breadcrumber, someone who breadcrumbed you, didn't invest. I really feel like this person just did not give like anything, basically, in it, like barely anything in this relationship. So I'd be very careful. I feel like they're very toxic. So, there you go. And they left you, if this story is for you, they left you for someone else. They are toxic, plain and simple, right? So let's see. We're going to pull 5 main themes. I'm using the Kipper. You have this Judication card. If you are dealing with something legal, I feel like you could be kind of, wrapping something legal up, or it's kind of like getting to the end. You have this Message of Concern. Again, if someone is coming back and communicating with you, I would be careful of this person, because I feel like they just, it's like, they have issues, but I feel like you are always there to save them. They could be in bad health. You have this bad health card. So I really feel like this is attached to a person, but again, I feel like they did this themselves, and don't get dragged down into this is what I'm getting here. Yeah, because you're in great fortunes here, Pisces. I feel like you are receiving great fortunes, or you will be receiving great fortune soon. Doesn't want to focus, but this is what I'd be focusing on. I feel like this is who you are. Like, I feel like you can and will be passing fortunes down for generations. So it's like, especially as far as love is concerned, make sure it's someone who deserves it, not someone who like does nothing, right? So, I would make sure it's someone who deserves your wealth. This doesn't even have to be money wealth. It could be, again, it could just be like love. Like you give a lot in love, or you give a lot of, care or energy, or you're very creative, or you have a lot to offer. So, don't sell yourself short here. And finally, you have this main male card. Can I get more details on this main male? Courtship, there you go. Definitely someone new coming in for you here, Pisces. It could be this month that someone new is coming in again. But what I would say is I feel like it could be between like now and the beginning of September. It would not surprise me if you met someone during this Venus retrograde from July 22nd until like September 3rd or whatever it is. Venus retrograde is not like Mercury retrograde. You can meet the love of your life during Venus retrograde, so wouldn't really surprise me. But pretty interesting reading here, Pisces. I really like where this is going. So thank you, and definitely enjoy your month.